The heat is now restored. Now on to the matter of murder.
Hablo con Poirot, ¿no?
Monsieur Poirot.
His menu seems to overemphasize meat dishes. The buffet, chicken, sliced and even more continental than usual today. Worse than avalanches and murder, beyond competed. Why does it not surprise me? What do you know of crisis movements last night?
And that is everything I have discovered so far.
We progress, mademoiselle. Now, let us see what we can learn.
I believe I have collected all the passports.
Unfortunately, I do not think so, mademoiselle. So please to make certain next time, huh? Remember our challenge.
I think I have secured
La
all
huella
the
dactilar de
fingerprints.
qué?
Unfortunately, I do not think so, mademoiselle. So please to make certain next time,
Tengo que
huh?
conseguir pasaporte y huella
Remember our
dactilar.
challenge.
I don't yet have everything I need to take and record the suspect's fingerprints. The steak knife I found by the cliff was clean. No blood or fingerprints.
It is a nuisance, that knife. On the face of it, it is of no importance. And yet, someone has taken the trouble to try and fling it over a cliff. Merci, mademoiselle. Unfortunately, the report it is not yet complete. We are now armed with much more additional knowledge than before. Continue the investigation, and do not be afraid to go over the ground you have already covered.
Pero no me...
Ah,
His menu seems to overemphasize meat dishes. The buffet, chicken, sliced and even more continental than usual today. Worse than avalanches and murder, beyond competed. Why does it not surprise me? What do you know of crisis movements last night?
And that is everything I have discovered so far.
we progress, mademoiselle. Now, let us see what...
Vale, necesito...
Good
Vale,
day.
necesito los pasaportes y las huellas. Pero ha dicho que no tengo todavía lo necesario. Y había conseguido... Segunda llave maestra. Bueno, pues parece. Vale. Pero... A ver si me puede decir algo porque es que yo no sé cómo voy a conseguir.
Please give me the key to the Athens-Paris coach.
Here is mine. Keep it as long as you like.
Good day, monsieur.
¿Y para qué es esta llave? En el bar hay una llave, una puerta que estaba cerrada, creo. Será para esa. Aquí no hay más puertas, creo. A ver si puedo vaya con este hombre.
Monsieur Foscarelli.
Ah, signorina! I have been told you aid the great Hercule Poirot in his investigations. I will help you in any way I can.
May I have your passport, please?
Of course, of course! Here you
Ahora
are!
tengo uno.
You are Antonio Foscarelli. I see here you are a naturalized American citizen.
Yes, signorina. It is better for my business. I am, as you can see, a salesman of motor cars. I do big business. I am up to date. I understand salesmanship.
Voy a poner esto que... Aunque no voy a... Espérate.
What
Es
do
que
you
voy a
smoke?
ponerlo a los
A
perros,
pipe,
está oscuro.
cigarettes, cigars?
Cigarettes only.
Cigarrillos. Vale, 5 minutos.
You travel frequently to and from the United States?
Yes, for the past 10 years or so.
Did you ever come across Monsieur Ratchet?
Never, but I know the type. Oh, yes. It is very respectable, very well dressed, but underneath it is all wrong. I should say he was a big crook. I give you my opinion for what it is worth.
Your opinion is quite right. Monsieur Ratchet was Cassetti, the kidnapper.
What did I tell you? I have learned to read the face. It is necessary. Only in America do they teach you the proper way to sell.
Please tell me your movements last night after dinner.
With pleasure. I stay here in the salon car for a while. It is more amusing. I play cards with the American gentleman who sells the typewriter ribbons. We talk shop, afterwards we retire to my compartment and play the cards some more. And talk more shop. That one, though, he is not the salesman Foscarelli is, I can tell you.
Do you remember the Armstrong case?
I do not quite remember, but yes. The name, it was a little girl, was it not? A baby, una bambina.
Yes.
Ah, well, these things, they happen, even in a great country like America.
Have you ever come across any members of the Armstrong family?
It is difficult to say. I see so many people, you understand. I'll give you some figures. Last year alone, I sold...
Please, monsieur, confine yourself to the point.
With a great pleasure.
Hostia.
What time did you stop playing cards in your room?
Not yet 10 o'clock. That stuffed shirt of a valet who shares the compartment with me came back from attending his master. A miserable people, the English. Not sympathetic. He sits in the corner, very stiff, reading a book. Mr. Hardman and I, we lose our taste for the cards, and Mr. Hardman, he goes off to his own room. The attendant makes up our beds.
What time did you go to your compartment?
Oh, it was early. 8:30 or so.
What time did you go to bed?
I lay on my bunk for a while. The Englishman has, I think, the toothache. He gets out a little bottle of stuff that smells very strong. Moans and groans. I drop off around 10:30. Whenever I wake, I hear him groaning.
Do you know if Monsieur Masterman left the room at all during the night?
I do not think so. If the door opened, the light from the corridor, one wakes up automatically thinking it is the customs examination at some frontier.
Thank you, Monsieur
know.
Foscarelli. Before I go,
Espérate.
did
Me falta
Monsieur
la pregunta.
Masterman ever speak of his master?
I tell you, he did not speak, even to introduce himself. He was not as sympathetic, a fish.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Ok. Es por aquí. No, es por aquí. Ah, no, sí, sí es por aquí. ¿Qué pasa este hombre?
May I have your passport, please?
Oui, mademoiselle. You will find it in room 1-2 in the Athens-Paris coach.
What can you tell me of your movements after dinner?
I came
¿Cuál es
in
su
here to attend to the bar after everyone
de
went to their
Atenas?
rooms. I cleaned the salon car and went to the Athens-Paris coach to rest.
What time was that?
I closed the bar at midnight, so it would be a few minutes after that.
¿Será la puerta esa que no podía pasar antes?
Did you see or hear anything unusual last night?
No, mademoiselle. The Athens-Paris coach was very quiet. And of course, the door leading to the Calais coach is locked. One can pass through only if Pierre Michel or Matteo opens it for him.
What do you know of Klaus, the chef?
An artiste de la cuisine, and just as temperamental as a painter. Vous comprenez? No one is allowed to enter his kitchen.
His menu seems to overemphasize meat dishes.
It is true that they call him Le Boucher, but not to his face, of course.
The butcher. It suits him. Klaus seems even more temperamental than usual today.
I fear an approaching catastrophe, mademoiselle.
Worse
muerto?
than avalanches and murder.
Certainement. Special dinner menus, as you no doubt know, are printed in advance of our departure in Istanbul. Here is tonight's menu. As you can see, tonight is to serve Wiener Schnitzel and Eldafe Salat, native dishes of Austria, in honor of the Count and Countess Andreni.
Veal and potatoes. Why does this not surprise me?
But so many have asked for the salads, almost in defiance of Chef Klaus, and the porters have failed to put aboard enough vinegar and olive oil for the Eldafe Salat. Klaus is in a rage. The embarrassments will be too much for him.
Había aceite en los barriles, ¿no? Y vinagre.
What do you know of Klaus's movements last night?
As usual, he stayed in his precious kitchen, preparing his pastries and sauces for the next day's meals. He passed through the salon car a few minutes before midnight in a rage because one of the steak knives is missing. Passengers will take anything as a souvenir if it is not bolted down. Why, the things that have gone missing on this trip would astound you.
But perhaps they were not all taken as souvenirs. Perhaps some person, in order to do good, borrowed them?
Mademoiselle, forgive me, but I do not understand what you are talking about.
Let it pass. What did Klaus do after he entered the salon car?
Nothing. We went together to the Athens-Paris coach.
Do you know Monsieur Ratchet was killed with a knife?
I had heard this, oui, but why? Do you think Klaus may have stabbed him?
A chef that temperamental? If someone was to criticize his masterpieces?
Mais non, mademoiselle. C'est très absurd. Klaus would not stab anyone. Not with a knife. He would hack them into little medallions with his cleaver.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Ah, bueno, me deja más tranquila. Lleno. Me puedo llevar. Me llevaré yo y el otro no, nada más, ¿no? Porque esto no se puede abrir, pero no me da nada. Ay. Y aquí no hay nada más. Y me llevaré yo ahí como que no quiere la cosa. Bueno, mira, luego cuando salgamos hablamos, que me da mucho eso. Voy a guardar. Voy por el vinagre, creo que creo que lo puedo coger.
A keg of white wine vinegar.
¿Vinagre?
Salonica olive oil.
Aceite, ¿no?
A keg of Greece's finest.
Ah, lo cojo con los vasos. No. Algo que sea hondo. Esto no queda para dormir. Esto no, porque esto no.
The spout fits perfectly. The valve prevents it from pouring until turned.
Vale, pero necesito vasos.
I filled the tumbler with vinegar. I can't take that now. Vinegar would spill all over the place.
Pero lo necesito.
This spout fits just as well as the first. I filled the tumbler with olive oil. I can't take that now. Olive oil would run all over the floor. I've heard of this honey. It's reported to be quite good.
Pues supongo que luego puedo.
These goods are being shipped. They do not belong to anyone currently on the train.
¿Y cuál es la...? Esta no es la puerta esa de la ventana esas, ¿no?
You presume that this would be the choice of Poirot? I think not.
No, y no puedo entrar porque está cerrado. Está abierta ahora.
I have the olive oil and vinegar you need for tonight's meal.
Let me see them. Yeah, this olive oil is fresh enough and of sufficient quality. The quality of this vinegar will have to do, but there is not nearly enough. Tell me at once where you found it.
In the baggage car.
There must be far more vinegar for the authentic Erdapfeld salad. I will get it myself.
Splendid.
Puedo entrar, ¿no? Vale, imagino que aquí habrá cierta cosa que tengo que cogerlo todo en el tiempo que pueda. O sea, que antes de salir tengo que coger todo lo que hay aquí.
I believe they are sacks of flour, good for thickening sauces. And judging by last night's sauce, Klaus will get through both sacks before the trip is
A lo que me
through.
refiero, que tengo que cogerlo todo antes de que venga el de este. Mira, un cuentagotas. ¿Algún cajón más?
Loaves of bread, They smell lovely.
Aquí nada. Ahora, vale, por ahí puedo seguir. Porque hay que... La nevera. Jarra de zumo. Imagino que será.
I'd better close this. I wouldn't like to waste fuel.
No, no hay más, ¿no?
I'd better close this. I wouldn't like to waste fuel.
Aquí... Por aquí hay más.
An empty bottle of olive oil and one that looks like it contained vinegar.
Vale, hemos cogido garrafa de zumo. Cuenta gotas para el vapor. Y un cuchillo, ¿no? Hacha de carnicero.
Such a cramped kitchen. I can't imagine how Klaus puts up with it. Such a cramped...
Vale.
Such a cramped kitchen. I can't imagine how Klaus puts up with it.
No me falta nada más. Estoy observando, ¿eh? Me duele la garganta. Parece ser que no.
I'd better close.
¿Y yo qué hago con todo esto? Y tengo una masa. Puedo... A ver, voy a ver si hay que... Esto. No. Ay. ¡Ah! En el hacha... Que no sé dónde está. Vale. Quiero esto. Y no hay nada más, ¿no? Que he cogido. Porque de aquí... Ah, el zumo. No hay nada escrito entonces. Entonces tengo que ser yo. Mira. Han puesto cosas nuevas.
These menu cards are perfect for collecting fingerprints.
Por eso estaba aquí, ¿no?
I just don't have the appetite right now. Sterling silver.
Vale. Tarjeta de menú blanco. No. Nada. Y el cuchillo. Vale. ¿Y ahora qué?
Your current course of action? It is a mystery to Poirot.
Porque este hombre está aquí, ¿no?
I would like to fingerprint you.
Ugh, fine. Do as you must.
¿Ya pilla una huella? ¿Dónde está? ¿La huella? Ok. Pero entonces, ¿qué? A ver. Y con la harina no me dejaba coger, entonces tengo que coger algo que tenga polvo. Que como he visto que era negro, imagino que es con esto.
Something is wrong.
Y la tableta que era con el papel.
This doesn't seem... I can't get them to fit. Those don't...
No, entonces simplemente cojo la huella así. Bueno, pues a este hombre ya le he cogido la huella. Tengo una huella. ¿Qué voy a hacer con ella? Pues no lo sé. Termina por aquí.
I'm sorry to disturb you.
La huella, ¿no?
Not at all. As you can see, I'm not exactly occupied at the moment. And I do know you're helping that funny little Belgian detective. What can I do for you? May I have your passport, please? It's in my compartment. Feel free to collect it. Your full name, permanent address, and age, please. Mary Hermione Debenham, 32. I'm between permanent addresses at the moment. Good day to you, mademoiselle.